Will Pakistan be able to attract investment in Pakistan's mining sector, which is in factually, without exaggeration, is huge?
First of all, I think the conference should have focused on development rather than investment.
Which province has huge potential? I mean, is it more in Balochistan or in KP? So, but when we talk of $6 trillion that we have been reading and listening in the media, that if it is properly executed and tapped, Pakistan will be able to pay back all loans and all things. What is the actual worth of minerals in Pakistan?
The richest is Balochistan.
Richest is
Balochistan because it is unexplored. Then there is copper in Waziristan.
How much are the estimated reserves in Rekodik?
Rekodik has about $8 billion worth of minerals. We should not let our gold leave this country. We should extract our gold. We should have a vault in the State Bank of Pakistan where our gold is deposited and our economy is stabilized.
Do we have proper policies and framework as far as mining and minerals are concerned?
I don't think so. We do not have the right frameworks. Science Foundation has a lot of autonomy.
How much investment we are targeting basically? There must be some target.
Well, this is an unlimited potential. But again, as I said, unless we have the necessary framework.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to program Insight in V News English. Pakistan is all set to host Mineral Investment Forum 2025, which will be a mega event in Pakistan's capital Islamabad. And the focus will be bringing more investment in Pakistan's mineral exploration sector. If we talk of minerals in Pakistan, there is a huge potential for investment as well as exploration of different type of minerals, natural resources, which are spread over from Balochistan to KP and Gilgit-Baltistan and Sindh and also some parts of Punjab. And if we talk correctly, so total Pakistan's natural resources, including minerals and all things, touch worth trillions of dollars. But we have been unable to tap this huge potential. We have been unable to attract foreign investment. And if it is properly done, Pakistan could earn billions of dollars by processing some of the minerals within Pakistan. And if we talk of Sandik and Rekodik projects, there are gold reserves, there are copper reserves, and according to the agreement signed between Government of Pakistan and these companies, Pakistan has rights over 50% of the shares of these projects. And so far, what is the current status? How many foreign companies are operating in Pakistan? How much potential of this mineral sector in Pakistan in terms of actual value, whether it is $6 trillion or more than that? What are the policy issues? What are the hurdles? Why Pakistan has been far behind this? To discuss this all, we are fortunate to have with us the right person and one of the former seasoned scientist, mineral expert, and who has worked almost in Pakistan's every mineral sector and project, Dr. Malik Sahab, who holds a doctorate degree from University of Arizona in United States of America, where he worked also in mining sector. Later on, he came to Pakistan and worked almost in every mining sector. Very warm welcome, Dr. Malik Sahab.
Thank you.
We'll start this. Pakistan is hosting this Mineral Investment Forum 2025. So if I'm not wrong, after many decades, such international conference is taking place in Islamabad. And we got some updates that there are many important delegates coming from Gulf, coming also from United States. One of the senior delegation from United States is also participating. So the question is, will Pakistan be able to attract investment in Pakistan's mining sector, which is in factually, without exaggeration, is huge?
Let me modify a little bit.
Please.
From my standpoint.
Please.
First of all, I think the conference should have focused on development rather than investment.
Okay.
We want to develop these sectors. Number one. Number two, a similar conference was held about 2 years ago.
2 years
here
ago.
in Islamabad. And not much progress has been achieved since then. I am all for the conference, and we should hold these
But this
conferences.
conference got so much projection even before taking
That's
place.
right. The issue is not of just projection. Issue is of the frameworks which are required and needed. And we can't, unfortunately, in Pakistan, because of lack of large-scale commercial mining experience, we can't put the pieces together. From discovery to estimation to exploration to finishing, processing, marketing. It's a chain.
It's a chain.
So unless we establish linkages,
These linkages are not available.
they're not existent. See, so this has been our. See, usually conferences are very good in Pakistan. People are very happy.
Good
They go home very
initiative.
happy. Yes, but because of lack of frameworks, the follow up is not there. You know, and in Australia, Australia is the largest mining country in the world. They have
More bigger than Canada?
in some areas, yes. Most
okay.
major mining companies are
operating
Australian. Yes.
Okay.
Even Barrick Gold is basically South African and Canadian. Okay. In Australia, what they have done is they have a model called Common Facility Centers.
Common Facility Center.
CFC.
In simple words, we can say facilitation center?
That's right. So what they do is that if there is coal, they will have a facility center there. Entire knowledge, know-how, testing of coal will be available there. If there's copper, then they will have facility center for copper. So the investor has to be facilitated. We must do that.
One window operation.
That's right. And facilitation.
Facilitation,
They have
Where to go, where to set up office.
They're investing money. They want
issuing
answers.
of NOCs and
That's
all
right.
the
They want
documentation.
even technical detail. They want answers to their questions. They want what are the composition, what are the issues, and what sort of mineral is there. See, and even to the extent that you can have pilot plants. There was a time when we had even pilot plants operating in Pakistan.
Okay.
In the decade of the 60s, PCSIR had a mineral development center. See, in which a lot of work was done. People were sent abroad for education, training. They came back. They established these centers. Pilot plant studies. A lot of work was done. Kalabagh iron ore. See, even Chinyot, Chichali. A lot of work was done. Even
Actually, as you said, that Pakistan is rich with almost all minerals, and over the last 50 years, alhamdulillah, and mashallah, you have very rich profile. So, which province has huge potential? I mean, is it more in Balochistan or in KP? Sindh is known for coal, and Balochistan is known for copper, silver, and gold, and these things. So, but when we talk of $6 trillion that we have been reading and listening in the media, that if it is properly executed and tapped, Pakistan will be able to pay back all loans and all things. What is the actual worth of minerals in Pakistan?
they came because of the fact these are all estimates.
Estimate.
Of course, they're usually a mineral deposit. First, there is estimation. Like in Thar, 175 billion tons of coal.
175.
5 billion tons of coal. That's one of the largest single coal deposits of the world. Now, this can supply us coal for next 200 years.
Next?
200 years.
200 years.
Yes. I am currently working on gasification of this commodity because once you gasify coal, then it becomes clean fuel. So we can...
Clean energy.
That's right. So we can cut our energy bill by gasification of coal. It can replace LNG. See, we can produce urea from it. We can use power from it.
And which stage it has reached?
Well, mining has started.
Gasification.
Yes, mining.
It is completed?
That's right. We send coal samples to South Africa. They've been gasified.
Okay.
Now we are looking for investments.
We are looking for
investments. Yeah, I'm working on that. We're looking for investments, and I try to tap some investments in the conference also to bring people over because Pakistan faces a serious energy crisis.
True.
So energy is a number one crisis.
It's the source of development.
Absolutely.
Economic development.
Absolutely.
So you were talking about a rough estimate. All minerals and these natural resources are worth. This is what earlier I mentioned. Is it $6 trillion, and it could be more than that?
That's true.
That's true.
The entire thing. Yes.
Entire thing.
Yes. And then you asked province-wise. I think the richest is Balochistan.
Richest is Balochistan
because it is unexplored. See, it is richest because it's unexplored.
Okay.
See, then there is copper in Waziristan. So there's copper in Waziristan. We worked on it. Then there is gold in the rivers in Chitral. See, and gold in the riverbed of Indus. See, then there is there are iron deposits. Chinyot is ready for a steel mill. Chinyot has been developed. It's ready to go. Kalabagh iron ore, we've been able to upgrade that. That's ready to go. There has to be a framework. See, we have to have a framework in place. We can put the pieces together. We can cut through the red tape, the vested interest, the import lobbies, and take care of our own needs. See, my main concern is this, that we sell cheap and buy steep. See, this should not happen.
What Pakistan is selling cheap?
Everything. Chromite is one. It's a strategic mineral worldwide. We have been selling it in Muslimbagh area of Balochistan. We have been selling it for almost negligible amount, just raw chromite. And then we buy it at 100 times the cost finished product.
We import it.
Absolutely. Same is true with copper. Same is true with gold. Same is true with silver. See? Because we do not finish them. We do not refine them. See? So this has to happen. So that's why I'm more concerned about development rather than investment. Of course, we seek investment. It's not that. We want to facilitate investors. But
actually, development would be done by the foreign investor, which is why we are inviting foreign investors.
See, to some extent, we can also facilitate them, like in building common facility center, in building pilot plants. See, like in case
These
of...
are all things which we know as capacity building.
But that's right, exactly. And knowledge building,
knowledge building.
See, like in case of Thar, we have sent coal to South Africa. It's been gasified. See, now an investor, we have all the data. See, I show all this data to the investor, he's ready to go. See?
So far, whatever are the minerals, and particularly you were talking about Balochistan, have we earned something in terms of gold, copper, and these all exports to some countries? Whether we are exporting in raw material or in finished material?
We do not export anything in finished form. Almost every mineral is being exported.
In raw shape.
Even in case of Sandak and Reko we will make concentrate, which is also a raw form.
Exactly.
And we will, in Sandak, we have been shipping the concentrate to China for refining. And after refining in China and after paying all the bills, whatever is little bit is left.
What is that item? Mainly gold?
Oh no, it's the copper. Mainly these are copper deposits.
Okay.
With some gold in it. Usually most copper deposits have a certain amount of gold in it.
How much income we make from the current mineral exports?
Not almost negligible.
Almost negligible. Because we are selling in raw material. And that is very cheap.
That's right. And we have carrying back the loan also that we spent. We spent about 14.5 billion rupees in 92.
14 billion.
In 92. The plan was to run Sandak by our own team. See, and I was the consultant on Sandak. That was my first project in Pakistan.
It must be initial days.
That's right. It was a big challenge. And unfortunately, whatever I advised was not followed. And I then warned them that the Chinese contractor will not go home. He'll take over the project. He would want to be paid, or he would take over the project. And this is exactly what happened.
But if I'm not wrong, there were also shares by the government of Pakistan, true?
Yes, of course. Government of Pakistan has leased the project to the Chinese contractor.
Complete shares?
Almost. And so there is some portion that they get, but it's very negligible.
But what in Reko?
In Reko, it's 50-50 now.
50-50 now. So is it operational completely
now?
No. Things are being extracted?
Reko right now is in the process of being financed.
Financed?
Yes. It's not on the ground as yet. It's being financed. 50% is...
I mean, it's being developed now.
That's right. They're putting the piece... No, financing. First thing is financing, but huge financing is involved. So Reko is in the process of being launched. Financing is the first step.
And how much are the estimated reserves in Reko?
Reko has about $8 billion worth of minerals. $8 billion.
All minerals.
Usme, about $4 billion is our share.
$4 billion is Pakistan's share. Doctor, it's a huge amount.
That's right.
Pakistan can pay back IMF
That's
loans.
Right. So that's why I am of the opinion that our gold and silver should not leave the country.
But it is going.
Right now,
it is going.
The plan is to let it go. And I firmly believe that we should not let it go. Because once the gold is gone, it never comes back.
One of the most precious
That's right. And it's not that difficult to separate it also. See, copper needs a lot of refining because copper has impurities. Gold usually comes in pure form. Gold
in pure form?
Yeah, that's right. It's a very inert material. That's the beauty of gold. It doesn't react with anything. That is why it makes it that valuable, And silver is okay too.
Silver is okay.
Okay too. So, so the point is, we should not let our gold leave this country. We should extract our gold. We should have a vault in the State Bank of Pakistan where our gold is deposited and our economy is stabilized.
My goodness, such a wonderful thing that gold should be extracted and after processing, it should be deposited in State Bank of Pakistan. Ultimately, the reserves will go high. There may not be any deficit then.
That's right. That's my ultimate dream of nation building. Wow. See, that is the dream of nation building.
So tell us, over last, since mashallah, you have an experience of last 50 years, worked in every project, have been sitting under the nose of the government in Islamabad, held top position, consultant, advisor, chairman, Pakistan Science Foundation. So do we have proper policies and framework as far as mining and minerals are concerned? Or if it has been so, then why we have not tapped such billions of dollars resources so far?
I don't think so. We do not have the right frameworks. And Science Foundation has a lot of autonomy. And the chairman of the Pakistan Science Foundation is chairman of the board. Board of trustees. Then he also has executive authority. And he also has financial authority.
Okay.
And once appointed, he cannot be removed till the expiry of his term.
Whatever is the term, 5 years?
3 years.
3 years, okay.
So it's a very powerful position. So before I took over the job, I studied all this. So when I took over, I exercised that autonomy.
This mineral was also part of science?
Absolutely. Okay. We worked on Kalaba and we worked on Chaniot. See? So the point is that I exercised that authority and I was able to get results by keeping the bureaucracy and the ministries away.
Beautiful.
See? So that is very important because, bureaucracy has a role of coordination only.
Only?
Yes. And technical decisions have to be taken by technocrats. And I want to bring this to the fore also. Who's a technocrat?
Yes, please define.
Yeah. I had a meeting with Prime Minister Jamali Saab when he was Prime Minister. So I was trying to convince him that technical ministries should be headed by technocrats. He said, no. Technocrats are not elected. I said,
not elected.
I said, technocrats are never elected. Technocrats don't replace politicians. Technocrats replace bureaucrats.
This was the point.
This thing happened.
And you convinced.
This thing happened 50 years ago that most bureaucrats were replaced by technocrats. Now, who is a technocrat? Technocrat is a person.
An expert from that area.
Who is trained in management also.
I see. Who is trained also in management.
In his own field. Every doctor is not a technocrat. Every engineer is not a technocrat.
Okay.
So you introduced me as a scientist. I'm not a scientist. I'm a technocrat.
Okay.
See? So the point is, a technocrat is a person who has technical know-how, experience, background, and is also trained to be a manager in his own field. That's a technocrat. So Jamali Saab was convinced. So then I sent him a lot of proposals and everything, and he wanted to look at it. But unfortunately, in the 9 o'clock news, he was removed.
Oh my God. I still remember exactly.
See, that poor man. I was the last person to meet him around 3 o'clock.
Exactly, we remember at Pakistan Muslim League House, he came and announced his resignation.
That's right. So,
okay, this is all political process and in political instability. Coming to this particular Pakistan Mineral Investment Forum. So, since you're keeping eye on all policy frameworks thing, how much investment we are targeting basically? There must be some target. And how much is required actually to tap this huge potential?
Well, this is an unlimited potential. But again, as I said, unless we have the necessary frameworks, unless we can facilitate facilitate the investor.
Facilitation, exactly.
See, they have answers. They have questions. They want answers. They want to invest money.
Okay.
See, no, I was trying to bring in investor was Sandak also.
Okay.
See, so when I met the president of one of the banks, British banks, he asked me this question: what is the price per pound of copper at Sandak?
Because the price of copper?
Per pound of copper produced at Sandak, and nobody knew that.
My goodness.
So I had
These
to,
things should have been
That's
completed
right,
exactly in papers.
That's right. So then I had to sit down and do all the calculations,
do evaluation.
and so that's a question they want answer. And then how are we going to extract it? How are we going to refine it? All this can be done at a pilot level, at a lab level. It was being done in the 60s in the PCSAR Minerals Research Centers. It was being done.
But which are the current institutions in Pakistan which are dealing PMDC or OGDCL, or is there any other department?
Yeah, some mining departments also have labs.
Mining departments?
Like in
Provincial mining departments?
Yes, in Jam. Education is a provincial subject now.
Okay.
Like Jamshoro and UET Lahore and even Ghulam Ishaq Khan
Institute and Topi.
So that's right. But again, having a lab in a university is not enough because we don't have academia industrial linkages.
There are no linkages.
There are no linkages unless there are linkages. Number one, and number two, I believe that every research should be product driven.
Every research
Should be product driven. See, every time in Pakistan we have done product driven research, we have succeeded. Like we built the nuclear device, nuclear bomb, because it's product driven. We knew how to make the bomb, and we made it. Then we produced Al Khalid tank. We wanted to make a tank, so we made it. Then we went for JF Thunder aircraft.
We made it.
That we made it. Right now we should target that we're going to produce our own copper. That's our ultimate. See, we're going to produce our own copper.
And there's huge demand
That's
for
right.
copper in
Absolutely.
different industries.
That's right.
Exactly.
A steel mill is shut down. We have iron ore deposits. We were moving in the direction of several
Just
lines.
say two sentences on this. That what is the reason? As you said, there is a huge iron reserves in Kalabagh, in Chinod, and yet Pakistan's one of the biggest steel mill is closed. Iron deposits are there, Pakistan can extract, but Pakistan must be importing as well.
That's right.
True.
Dekhanji, steel mill was producing about 3 million tons of steel every year. Our demand of steel is about 5 to 6 million tons a year.
And demand is 6?
5 to 6 million tons a year. They were producing about 3 to 4 million tons per year. The problem with steel was that for Pakistan, the formation of a steel mill has been a big challenge. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was in a hurry.
Okay.
He didn't want to waste any time.
Okay.
Because our ores were not ready at that time for the technology for that steel mill has been established, which is the blast furnace technology.
And with the Russian help.
Russian help. So he was in a hurry. So he established the Karachi steel mill on imported iron ore and coke.
Okay.
But the plan was to gradually move towards our own iron ore deposits.
So Pakistani reserves should have been extracted, and then that should have been processed at steel
That's
mill.
right. That's right. That should have happened. But that did not happen. See, as I say, follow-up action. Steel mill, he pushed it, he formed the steel mill with the Russian help. We started producing steel. We emerged on the world map of steel making. Everything was going well. But then we did not follow through on the game plan. See, the Kalabagh iron ore is one of the largest iron ore deposits of Pakistan.
Still intact?
Intact. It's a low-grade ore, but we were able to upgrade it also. See, we were able to upgrade it. In the 60s, even pilot plants were established based on Kalabagh iron ore. Somehow it seemed that Kalabagh area is jinxed. The Kalabagh Dam has not been built, and Kalabagh iron ore remains untapped. There is a problem in that area. But Kalabagh iron ore is a huge deposit and very easy to mine.
Also, generally it is said, generally security concerns are expressed about foreign companies, and then security clearance is also delayed about these foreign companies may be under the garb of exploration. They might be doing some suspicious activities. So, your thoughts on this?
Dekhanji, I've always believed that if we do our homework and we involve the locals.
Okay, we involve the locals.
Locals, people who live there, people who belong there.
There will be no security issue there.
There will be no, because they will be a part of the team. This is the national effort.
Okay.
We have to produce winners.
Okay.
No, that's very important. Participation. Everybody has to participate. It's not a matter of jobs. It's a matter of upgradation of our lifestyle. Cheap energy, cheap metals, why not? It's not only jobs. We want to improve our quality of life. No, we have worked for it. This is the right of every citizen. And that is the complaint usually that, like I was telling you, that in Africa, the maximum amount of gold is in Africa and maximum amount of poor people are in Africa. that gold doesn't.
This is one of the bitter reality.
That's
that
right.
One of the richest natural resources are in Africa, and Africa is one of the poorest continents.
That's right. So because there is no local participation, see, and they're not involved.
How we can turn around Balochistan? Because it's not only Sandak and this Rekotik, and we heard that there are different districts across Balochistan. All these mountains and districts have huge reserves, but not explored yet.
Dekhiye ji, the issue with Balochistan is that what I have studied.
Okay.
I did a lot of my focus was in Balochistan when I was chairman Science Foundation. Also.
Okay.
We did a lot of interesting projects in Balochistan because I thought that Balochistan is our future because untapped potential exists in Balochistan. Participation is very important.
Participation of whom?
Of locals.
Locals.
We have to bring them in the mainstream.
Empowering locals.
Empowering, bringing them in the mainstream.
Giving them jobs, training.
Jobs, and also getting them involved.
Involved. Okay.
Now, let me give you an example. It's a very crude example. Now that you have raised this question, we were going on this coastal highway.
Okay.
It's a beautiful highway
Between Gwadar and Karachi.
Correct. That's the beautiful highway, and you were going with the waterways and the ocean and everything. The beautiful highway. So we are going, and there were some locals with whom we were working in that area, and suddenly there was no road.
Suddenly there was no road.
It was washed away.
Okay, but never constructed again.
It's the first torrential rains that came. It washed away a portion of that.
But it was not repaired then.
Well, it was too soon to be repaired.
Okay.
But nevertheless, it was washed away.
Okay.
So I was surprised because for an international motorway to be washed away like this, I was surprised. So I asked the local. I said, "What is the reason for this?" He said, "They make all these plans in Islamabad.
Oh my goodness.
NHA comes and builds the road
Without taking locals into confidence.
We know where the water comes, where the water exits.
They never told us.
They never told us, never asked us, they never consulted us. So the very first torrential rain that came, it washed away the water. So this has to
locals' participation is
absolutely. Yes, it is very, very important.
Why there is disturbance in Gwadar in the Balochistan? Is it because of this CPAC and huge minerals? It is always said that it is because of oil, gas reserve, minerals that deliberately some of the elements hostile to Pakistan are creating, particularly India, because it is no more secret after Kulbhushan Yadav. Right? So please, your
now
thoughts.
we're getting into a political domain.
Security domain.
Security come political domain.
Okay.
Dekhe, issue is this, that as a nation, we have not been able to watch our interests.
Watched our interest.
We have
never
not
watched
our interest. We have always compromised. We have served foreign masters at the cost of our national interest. This has to stop. Compared to India, India takes its own decisions, own policies. They can buy oil from Russia. They can do whatever they want. Nobody is after them. Now, I'm not against CPAC. I support CPAC.
That it's a game changer.
It's a game changer. But nevertheless, we are under debt of $16 billion under
Total $16 billion.
And no income. And no income.
This is only Chinese?
Chinese, yes. We are
16
indebted to CPAC debt is $16 billion with no return. $6 billion have been invested in the orange train in Lahore.
And it is 16 billion.
Total is 16 billion. $6 billion have been on orange train in Lahore. Out of this. Point is, $16 billion in debt and no income to pay back the interest.
So where is that gold you have been talking about? Through that gold?
The gold is now we're trying to sell that gold.
Okay.
And that's where I come in. That please don't let our gold leave the country.
My goodness.
See, let it stay here so that we can pay
even
this debt.
50%.
That's right.
That's $4 billion US dollars.
That's right. So we should keep our gold, and so that we can build our nation. It's a national asset, and we should take care of it. It's all over. It's not only Balochistan. Sindh is very rich. Sindh is rich in coal, and Sindh has got gas. There is copper in Balochistan. In Waziristan. Then there is gold in Chitral. See, there are iron ore.
Just about Gilgit-Baltistan.
That's right.
What is?
Well,
precious stones.
Yes, precious stones there. We can't finish them. So when I was in Science Foundation, I started a project of finishing the gemstones and marbles.
Okay, and marbles.
This
all is extracted
that's
from
right.
GGB?
That's right. And this marble then goes for finishing to Italy. And 10 times the price is raised once it's finished.
And then it is imported at high
right.
price.
And we don't have the
It's
finishing.
Pakistani marble.
That's right. And we don't have the finishing technology. See?
Unbelievable.
So this is what has been happening because of lack of framework. We have to put the pieces together from identification of mineral, mining, processing, refining, marketing. It's a chain.
So we will be able to attract and tell this huge potential to this investment forum?
If we build our framework, if there is follow-up action.
There are reports that Pakistan is going to present its framework. There are reports in tomorrow's conference.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully, that is professionally done. Hopefully, we should remain hopeful and positive. That's the only way to do it. But my experience has been that our follow-up action usually does not meet the challenges of the conference. And if there are conference recommendations,
continuous follow-up is required.
That's right. Continuous follow-up and continuous evaluation. And continuous feedback that if there were 10 recommendations, there should be at least a quarterly update that how many have been met and what are the obstacles and how can they be removed.
These obstacles, how these could be removed.
Now coming back to Thar, because Thar is a success story. I believe Thar is a success story. We failed in Sandak, but Thar is a success story. It took me 14 years.
It took you 14
years to touch the black gold of Thar. I call it black gold of Thar. 14 years.
And it is coal?
No, I call it black gold. For it is black, it's coal.
It's coal.
Coal, yes.
You call it black
gold because it will change.
Why took it 14 years to you?
Vested
because of hurdles?
Yes, vested interest, obstacles, import lobbies. Lack of framework. See? 14 years,
14 years.
14 years. And my term ended
How then you overcome this?
My term ended in 2005.
Okay.
I went back to Lahore, but I kept working on Thar because I knew if I let it go, it won't happen. So
finally, which year it was?
2018.
2018.
It started 2004, 2018. And there are two main players. I must give credit to Shamsuddin Sheikh Saab. Shamsuddin Sheikh, who was head of Sindh Agro Coal Mining Company, and myself. We were the two main players who pushed for it till the end, till we saw.
What's the volume of this Thar coal?
175 billion tons.
175
billion tons.
dollars?
Oh, this is more than the oil reserves of Saudi Arabia.
More than oil reserves of Saudi Arabia?
Energy-wise, yes.
Energy-wise?
Yes.
And what is that rough estimate, if we talk in terms of a bracket?
Oh, it should be a couple of $1 trillion.
Trillions of dollars.
Yes. And now there are two mines which are functional. We are producing electricity at the rate of 8 rupees a unit. The cheapest electricity.
Cheapest one.
Produced by Thar coal. And now we have been able to gasify it. So now
after gasification, it will be clean energy.
Fuel and replace LNG.
Replace LNG, on which we are spending billions of dollars.
$2.2 billion every year. We are importing coal worth $2 billion and LNG worth $2.2 billion.
Coal is also being imported?
That's right. That's another...
Despite the Thar coal reserves?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
This is
how much worth we are importing?
2 billion a year.
2 billion a
coal,
year.
2.2 billion of LNG. The entire energy bill of Pakistan is about $15 billion a year. This can be cut to half very easily if we develop a coal-based energy system based on our own coal. See, this we can do. Once gasified, then we can produce urea, we can produce gas, we can produce diesel. Then sky is the limit. So once it's gas, and coal is not going anywhere.
Coal is not going
anywhere. See, I was in this conference. I go to this coal conference all over the world. I took Thar to the international level.
And in Pakistan, it's one of the biggest reserves.
That's right, of the world. One of the world. One of the biggest reserves of the world.
And if I'm not wrong, you told me earlier that it's could be there for 200
years. Yes, it can meet energy needs. And coal is not going anywhere. See, the major obstacle is that unless inexpensive batteries are developed,
inexpensive batteries
are developed which can store solar energy Coal is not going anywhere because you have to carry the base load by thermal applications.
And these batteries should be developed?
These batteries will then store energy
Exactly.
to be used when there is no sun.
Exactly.
Till that happens, coal is
So
not
we
going
do not
anywhere.
have these batteries now?
No, they're not being developed. They're being developed all over the world.
They could be developed.
So yes, China is working on it. America is working on it. Most nations are working on it, on inexpensive batteries so that they can store energy. Because if there's no sun, that means the country will be shut down. You can't afford to do that.
So minerals are also source for the energy.
That's right. Coal.
And energy
So
is the
coal is-
baseline
so-
for the economic development.
So coal is not going anywhere. So I was at this conference, International Pittsburgh Coal Conference in Istanbul. The world has spent $5 trillion in getting rid of coal.
Getting rid
Rid
of
of coal because they think it's polluting the environment.
But it is
trillion.
not?
Well, if you burn it, yes. I'm against burning. Personally, I'm against burning coal because then it pollutes the environment. But if you gasify it, then it's clean fuel. That kind of fuel is a requirement, is a
Yeah,
reality.
Pakistan is in the process of gasifying.
I just told you we gasified, got it gasified in South Africa. Now we are ready to.
Then we should not get rid of this coal.
Absolutely not. This is our energy future. Why should we get rid of it?
As it is being talked that coal creates pollution, this, that.
If you burn it, yes.
If you burn it.
But that's right. So I'm against burning it. See, so if we gasify it, then we can produce urea, fertilizer,
As you
natural
said.
gas, everything from our own coal. And we can do that. So they've spent $5 trillion worldwide. And now they realize that coal is not going anywhere.
And this Pakistani coal reserves are also worth trillions of dollars.
That's right.
in next
Absolutely.
Many, many years.
And they will become obsolete also if we don't use them. Because
Okay.
the way technology is developing, batteries are developing, alternate energies are coming.
Focus should also be made on these all things.
That's right.
Continuous development,
That's right.
research and development.
And in the meantime, our energy system should be based on our strength, which is our coal.
Which is our coal. Coal. And what about these? You already said that these gems and stones and gold and copper and these all things. You have talked in depth about it. Finally, what is future of Pakistan? Right, in terms of we are hosting this conference, how much bright future of Pakistan? I wanted to hear from your own voice optimism for Pakistani nation, because you see a lot of problems. You don't have money to spend on health. Our educational infrastructure is poor. Our economic infrastructure is poor. Pollution is there. We need trillions of dollars to develop entire Pakistan, and for that we need money. So can this mineral sector can help in alleviating poverty?
Absolutely. It can turn us around, and there is tremendous potential. And the term is used, Jannat. Ye Jannat. Magar for Jannat, you have to work very hard. Jannat is not easy.
True.
See?
A political will is required?
Political will, merit, expertise, people who understand the mining business.
Investment on technical education.
That's
and
right.
on
Technical
minerals.
people who understand this business, who can put the pieces together. Should be a roadmap, a framework of development, nation building, national interest, getting rid of vested interest. All these things has to happen. And my late father used to say, in the end, it's a game of stamina.
It's a game of stamina.
You have to, in Pakistan, you have to hang in there because there is so much of negativity in the system. See, I have worked in the United States and I've been working here for the last 15, 20 years. In America, there is no negativity.
No negativity.
No negative. In my state, there nobody ever told me कि ये नहीं हो सकता.
Arizona.
Arizona, all over, California,
All over.
everywhere. Nobody will ever tell you कि ये नहीं हो सकता. In Pakistan, the first thing they tell you when you go to a government department, they say, ये नहीं हो सकता.
Oh my God. This can't happen.
This can't happen.
So this policy should be abolished.
That's right.
This narrative, this thinking should be abolished.
And every natural resource, every natural deposit is unique. You have to work on it. You have to do your homework. Like Thar has water above the coal. The challenge
to the coal.
So the challenge was to how to deal with the water. That was the challenge. See that
it was tackled.
That's right. So that's what the first challenge was, to work on that. How to get rid of the water. That was the main challenge. See, but then there were a lot of detours. Then people came in, they said, oh, let's forget about mining. We will make gas underneath the water. And we wasted 3-4 years in that. And money also.
And it was all in waste.
But all in waste. People involved who had no background in mining or gasification or metallurgy. Then finally, 2 mines were established. Water was pumped out. See, now coal is being mined. and electricity is being produced.
Thank you so much. And the policy and approach should be progressive one. And this particular sentence, which Dr. Malik Saab said, that this is not possible. This should be deleted from our policy, our vocabulary, our approach, our narrative. Pakistan has a huge potential in mineral sector, as in-depth explanation has been shared by Dr. Malik. Either it is copper, gold, coal, and silver, and
iron,
oil, and gas, and iron.
Yes.
So these are all minerals in Pakistan worth trillions of dollars. Only thing is, we require a proper policy framework, and we should not compromise before Western interests. And we hope so that this Mineral Investment Forum will bring positive results as far as investment in Pakistan mineral sector. Dr. Malik Saab, such
Thank you very much.
vibrant and beautiful conversation.
Remain optimistic. I am an optimist.
Right. Thank you so much, and wishing you best of luck in the conference.
Thank you.
Till our next program, goodbye and Allah Hafiz.